Now that San Diego Comic-Con is over, I thought it'd be fun to dig through all of the interviews that Jamie Lee Curtis did and see if she let anything slip while she was talking to the various different outlets that she sat down with. And I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed on that front, but before we get to that, we need to talk about this Entertainment Tonight interview because it is incredible. The weirdest thing about this is that for the first 6 minutes of this interview, everything was going fine. The guy was just asking the same 2 or 3 questions that every other site asks. But around the 6-minute mark, it turns into the Eric Andre zone and things get really, really dark, really quick. He asks her what it's like becoming Laurie Strode again, and I'll just roll the clip for you guys.
Do people still put on hockey masks and try to scare you?
It's the wrong movie, baby.
Right, but do people ever do that? What, Michael Myers? Oh, he pulled on the mask.
He was like, no, baby, mommy knows her.
Right, he pulled on the mask. He pulled on the mask.
I am like, that was another movie.
Right, he pulled on the mask.
I think that was Friday the 13th, wasn't it? Hockey mask?
Heard of it, yeah.
Yes.
I just watched it again for the 5th or 6th time, and oh my god, you guys, the cringe level there is insane. He just keeps doubling down on it. It's like, how do you screw that up? There are 11 appearances of Jason over the Friday the 13th franchise, and about 7 of Michael Myers over the Halloween franchise. So it's just, it doesn't seem possible to be this clueless on the horror genre. And if he just stuck with his softball questions, everything would have been fine. Guys, that's not even the worst part though. I have a clip to show you from a few minutes later.
Have you been back to, and will you go back to Haddonfield for this?
There is no Haddonfield.
There is no Haddonfield in this one?
There is no Haddonfield ever.
No. There's somewhere near Haddonfield that you guys use, right? Isn't that true?
There is no, it's a fake city.
No, but there's a place near where you, isn't it based on a city in?
Yes, Deborah Hill, I believe.
Yeah.
New Jersey, right?
It was in New Jersey.
It's in New
Cherry
Jersey.
Hill is where.
The movie takes place in Illinois, and we have returned to Haddonfield, where we find Laurie and a series, some familiar characters will journey back to Haddonfield and then enjoy our return to some cinematic destinies.
There's a place, Jamie. There's a...
Wow.
as soon as we get out,
You gonna text me?
I'm gonna text you.
Okay, send me Roseanne's meltdown and that.
I'm gonna send it to you. All
Okay,
right.
good.
First, I'm like, oh, maybe he's asking if they're gonna film it in Pasadena again, or maybe he's asking if Laurie Strode stayed in Haddonfield all this time. But no, he genuinely thinks A, that Haddonfield is a real place, and then when Jamie Lee Curtis tells him repeatedly that it isn't, he's asking her if she's gonna go back to it. It's bizarre. It's just truly bizarre. Now, to be fair, Haddonfield was based on a real place, which is Haddonfield, New Jersey, but still, seriously, the guy just doubles down repeatedly. He is adamant on the fact that Haddonfield, Illinois is a real place, and I just don't understand why, when the director of the movie lays it out as simply as David Gordon Green did to him after he stepped in, the guy is still adamant on the fact that Haddonfield, Illinois is a real place. You don't think the guy who got John Carpenter to come back and work on a new Halloween movie with him knows that Haddonfield, Illinois isn't real? You're really gonna argue with the director of this movie and the star who's coming back? It's funny, sure, but it just kind of sucks that Jamie Lee Curtis went out of her way to do as many interviews as she did with David Gordon Green, and she either has to deal with straight up cluelessness or really stupid gags. Now, I mentioned that there was some new information revealed in some of these interviews, and the only one on YouTube I could find that actually asked some really good questions was Clever News, which I've never heard of, so congrats, you guys killed it. So the first cool thing I noticed is that Jamie Lee Curtis kind of clarified the entire relationship she has with Karen in the movie, and that's that she has no relationship with Karen at all. So Karen is the product of her first relationship, and then she ended up getting married to, I think, Toby Huss's character, Ray, and then the state came to take Karen away from her, so Toby Huss adopted Karen and raised her. So that's why she really doesn't have much of a relationship with Karen, because she's really not too, on good speaking terms with her ex-husband. The second interesting thing she talked about was that she has no relationship with her granddaughter either. And when you think about it, that makes sense, because if she has no relationship with her daughter, why would she have any relationship with her granddaughter, especially when the state came in and took her daughter away? That's not a good relationship, and it's going to be hard to fix. That just makes me wonder how they all come back together in this movie. I think it'll be a pretty cool plot point. And I hope the final thing we learned is just as disappointing to you guys as it is to me, but the person from Clever asked if her first relationship was with Ben Tramer, and this is what Jamie Lee Curtis had to say to that.
Who?
So I am very upset about this, but I'm pretty sure that Ben Tramer will not be mentioned whatsoever in this movie, and that we're probably the only ones who ever thought of him, but thank you guys for your support on the video I did about him. I actually saw a great comment from someone that it would be funny if he got killed in the exact same way in this movie that he did in Halloween 2, and I'm actually kind of bummed that it's pretty much guaranteed that's not gonna happen. You know, I had that little sliver of hope, but that's all the news and updates I have for you guys from Comic-Con. Hopefully we get to see that trailer soon. I'm working on a video about a Halloween fan film which just came out, and it's gonna be weird, guys. I'm pretty excited for that one. I'm just writing it now, but I think you guys are gonna like it. But anyways, guys, my name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.